Welcome to your deep dive. Looks like we're really digging into making websites work harder this time, huh?
Yeah, all about internet marketing.
Got excerpts from Matt Bailey's book, Internet Marketing, an hour a day.
An hour a day.
That's a pretty bold promise, right?
It is squeezing all that in.
We got a couple audio files too, so
Cool.
let's see what Bailey has to teach us about navigating this, well,
Yeah.
ever-changing world.
What's fascinating here is how Bailey, how much emphasis he puts on a holistic approach.
Yeah,
It's not just chucking out SEO tricks.
right.
He connects design, usability, analytics, even sales psychology.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying, don't chase rankings, chase profit.
Okay, I like that. So instead of getting lost in the technical weeds, we should be thinking about the bigger picture, right?
Right.
What I found interesting is how Bailey talks about this massive shift
Yes.
from push to pull marketing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, back in the day, it was all about shouting your message from the rooftops,
Right.
hoping someone would hear it. But now?
Well, now it's about understanding what your customers are searching for
Right.
and being there
Yeah.
with the answers.
With the answers, yeah. So you've got a storefront.
Right.
And people are actively searching for, that specific product or service that you offer.
Exactly.
Your website needs to be that storefront.
Yes.
Optimized to attract those,
Those searching eyes.
the searching eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, this actually reminds me of something
Yeah.
Bailey calls Alice in Wonderland web design.
Oh, interesting.
Have you ever felt lost on a
Ah.
website? You're clicking through pages, no real sense of direction.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Bailey's warning against, I think.
Right.
Companies adding features and
Yeah.
pages without
Yeah.
a clear goal in mind,
Yeah.
leading visitors down a rabbit hole of confusion.
A rabbit hole of confusion. Yeah.
Think about it. It's like you're building a house, right?
Yeah.
Would you start adding rooms and hallways without a blueprint?
Of course not. You need a plan.
Exactly.
And the same goes for your website.
Right.
You need to know what you want to achieve,
Uh,
what actions you want visitors to take
yeah.
before you even start building.
Yeah, I think that's a great analogy.
Every element on your website, from the homepage
Yeah.
to your blog posts,
Yeah.
should be strategically designed
Yes.
to guide visitors toward a specific goal.
Right.
Whether it's making a purchase, signing up for a newsletter, downloading a resource.
Yep.
So how do we avoid
Yep.
falling down this rabbit hole? Bailey talks a lot about analytics.
Analytics, yeah.
It's like having a behind-the-scenes look
Yeah.
at how people are interacting
I like
with
this.
your website.
Yeah. Analytics is your toolbox, right?
Yeah.
It gives you the data to
Yeah.
understand what's working and what's not.
Yeah.
But Bailey warns against getting caught up in what he calls
Oh, yeah.
caveman stats.
Caveman stats.
Yeah, just reporting numbers without digging into
Oh.
the why.
Why? Yeah. So instead of just saying, we had 10,000 visitors this month,
Right. Sure.
we need to ask, where did they come from?
Oh, yeah.
What pages did they visit?
Kind of making an
Yes,
accent.
precisely.
Right.
Asking those critical questions.
Yeah.
And then using the data
Yes.
to inform your strategy.
Yeah.
You need to understand what the data is telling you about your audience and their behavior,
Right.
so you can make informed decisions
About your website.
about your website.
And speaking of data, Bailey also debunks some myths about website rankings.
Website rankings.
You know those reports
Oh, yeah.
that tell you where your site sits
Right.
on Google?
Yeah.
He claims they might be lying to you.
Oh, interesting. Lying. I don't know if I'd say lying.
Okay. But they don't always tell the full story.
Full story, okay.
You might be ranking high for a certain keyword,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that doesn't necessarily translate to traffic or conversions.
Okay, this is where I need some clarification,
Okay.
because I've definitely been guilty of celebrating a top ranking
Right.
without thinking about the bigger picture.
So one major factor is personalized search.
Okay.
Google tailors search results to individuals
Sure.
based on their location, their search history,
Okay.
and even the device they're using.
Gotcha.
So your number one ranking
Yeah.
might be someone else's number 10,
Really?
just because Google's trying to show them the most relevant results.
So what I see on my screen
Right.
might not be what someone else sees
Precisely.
when they search for the same term.
It's like everyone is seeing their own custom version of the internet.
Wow.
And then there's the issue of broad keywords.
Broad keywords. Okay.
Ranking high for a general term like shoes might seem impressive,
Right.
but those searches are often from people who are just starting their research.
Okay.
They're not ready to buy yet.
Right.
Someone searching for best waterproof running shoes for women
Right.
is much closer to making a purchase
Okay.
because they have a specific need in mind.
So targeting those long tail keywords,
Long tail keywords, yeah.
the longer, more specific phrases
Yes.
is key if you want to attract
Yeah. Yes.
those ready-to-buy customers.
Exactly. And here's another interesting point.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed how some websites seem to cling to the top rankings for years,
Oh, yeah.
even if the content
Same.
is outdated?
Yes.
Bailey calls this seasoned content.
Seasoned content. Okay.
It's like an old bottle of wine that's been sitting in the cellar for decades.
Right, right.
It might have been great back in the day,
Yeah.
but it might not be the best choice now.
Yeah. So just because something has been ranking well for a long time doesn't mean it's still relevant
Yeah.
or valuable.
Correct.
That's a good reminder to keep our content fresh and up to date. Now, I know Bailey talks about some outdated SEO tactics
Outdated SEO tactics.
that people still try to use.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give us the lowdown on those?
Well, he debunked some myths that just won't die, like keyword stuffing, hidden text,
Yeah.
paying for search engine submissions.
Mm-hmm.
These tactics were popular years ago,
Right.
but search engines have gotten much smarter.
Yeah.
They can easily spot these tricks,
Uh-huh.
and they might even penalize your website.
So stuffing your website with keywords
Yeah.
might actually hurt your rankings.
Exactly. It's important to remember that you're writing for humans first
Right.
and search engines second.
Right.
Your content should be clear, engaging, informative,
Yes.
not just a jumble of keywords.
Okay. And that brings us to the importance of on-page SEO.
On-page SEO.
Optimizing your website's content and structure
Right.
to make it both user-friendly
Yeah.
and search engine-friendly.
Uh-huh.
What are some of Bailey's key takeaways in this area?
He stresses the importance of crafting a compelling title tag,
Title tag. Okay.
which is the headline of your web page
Right.
and what shows up in search results.
Okay.
It should accurately describe the page's content
Yeah.
while also incorporating relevant keywords.
It's like writing the perfect headline
Right.
for a news article.
Exactly.
You want to grab people's attention,
Yes.
make them want to click through to learn more.
And then there's the meta description,
Meta description. Okay.
this short snippet of text
Mm-hmm.
that appears under your title tag in the search results.
Yeah.
This is your chance to
Okay.
give people a taste of what your page is about and why they should visit.
It's like your elevator pitch.
It is. You have a limited amount of space
Right.
to make a strong impression
Yes.
and entice people to click. Think about it. You're scrolling through Google
Yeah.
and you see two search results for the same topic.
Mm.
One has a boring generic title tag and a meta description.
Right.
The other is compelling and informative.
Yeah.
Which one are you more likely to click on?
Definitely the one that grabs my attention.
Exactly.
Makes me want to learn more. This is really making me think about my own website and whether my title tags and meta descriptions are
Or doing their job.
doing their job.
He actually recommends using Google's webmaster tools to see how your website appears in search results.
Oh, interesting.
This can help you identify areas where you can improve your title tags, meta descriptions,
Okay.
and other on-page elements.
So it's like stepping into the shoes of a potential visitor, seeing your website through their eyes. That's a
Yes.
great tip. Now that we've covered the basics of Bailey's approach, I'm curious to dive deeper into how we can apply these principles to our own websites.
Absolutely. There's a lot more to unpack here. I'm excited to explore those actionable strategies.
Okay.
Let's move on to
Sounds good to me.
some of Bailey's key insights
Yeah.
into user intent, keyword research,
Mm-hmm.
and how to craft content that converts.
Let's dive in.
You know, one of the most valuable takeaways from Bailey's book
Yeah.
is this emphasis on understanding user intent.
Okay.
It's like putting yourself in the shoes
Uh-huh.
of your website visitors
Yeah.
and figuring out what they're really looking for.
So it's not just about attracting traffic, it's about attracting the right kind of traffic.
Exactly, the right kind. Think of it this way.
Yeah.
You could have a website about vegan recipes
Okay.
and attract thousands of visitors who are simply looking for meat-based dishes.
Okay.
They might click around for a bit,
Yeah.
but they're not going to find what they need.
Right.
And they're going to bounce right off your site.
Okay, so attracting those vegan food enthusiasts, that's where keyword research comes into play, right?
Absolutely.
Understanding the language
Yeah.
they're using.
Exactly. Bailey really emphasizes aligning your website's content
Yeah.
with the specific keywords your target audience is using.
Okay.
Let's say you specialize in gluten-free vegan baking.
Okay. Yeah.
Instead of just focusing on broad keywords like vegan recipes,
Right.
you want to target more specific phrases like gluten-free vegan cake recipes or
Great.
easy vegan desserts without gluten.
So it's about getting into the minds of those gluten-free vegan bakers.
Yes.
And understanding
Their specific needs and search habits.
their needs. Yeah.
Exactly.
Bailey also talks about the buying cycle, right?
The buying cycle. Oh, yeah.
How people's search behavior changes
Yeah.
as they get closer to making a purchase.
Right. Someone just starting their research might use general terms like digital cameras.
Right.
But someone ready to buy might search for best mirrorless camera under $500 with image stabilization.
They're way more specific.
They are.
And that tells you
Much closer.
they're closer to making a decision.
To making a decision, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where you can strategically align your content
Okay.
to match those different stages of the buying cycle.
Okay.
For those early stage researchers,
Mm-hmm.
you might create informative blog posts
Right.
or guides about different types of cameras.
Okay.
But for those who are ready to buy,
Yeah.
you want to showcase specific products,
Okay.
highlight their features and benefits,
Uh-huh.
and make it easy for them to make a purchase.
It's like guiding them through the sales funnel,
Exactly.
providing them with the information they need
Right, right.
at each step of the process. Now, Bailey also talks about
Yeah.
leveraging classic sales and marketing principles
Yeah.
in the online world,
On the online world, right.
which I find really interesting. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
He emphasizes understanding your audience's pain points,
Okay.
their motivations, what they're really looking for.
Right.
Then you tailor your message
Yeah.
to address those needs,
Yeah.
just like a salesperson would.
Right. Right. So it's not just about throwing information at people.
Wow.
It's about
It's about crafting a persuasive narrative
Yeah.
that resonates with them emotionally and logically.
he talks about anticipating objections.
Yes.
Creating a need,
Right.
and ultimately asking for the sale.
Asking for the sale, yes.
This might involve highlighting the benefits of your product or service, addressing potential concerns, and providing clear calls to action.
Calls to action, right?
And those calls to action could be anything from
Making a purchase to signing up for a newsletter, downloading a resource, or even just contacting you for more information.
Absolutely. The key is to guide your visitors
Right.
toward a specific action that aligns with your business goals. Bailey also stresses the importance of storytelling,
Oh, yeah.
creating a customer experience that's engaging and memorable.
I love that.
People connect with stories.
Yeah.
It's a way to make your brand more relatable and human.
It's about showing your personality,
Right.
building trust,
Yes,
creating a connection with your audience.
exactly. And that extends to your website's design and functionality. Bailey emphasizes good site architecture, making sure your website is easy to navigate,
Right.
accessible to everyone,
Yeah.
and free of technical roadblocks that might hinder performance.
It's like making sure your storefront is well lit,
Yes,
organized,
organized.
accessible.
To everyone, regardless of their abilities. If people can't find what they're looking for or get frustrated with the layout,
Right.
they're going to leave.
They are.
And that's where analytics comes back into play.
Analytics again.
It's not just about counting page views.
Yeah.
It's about understanding visitor behavior,
Yes.
identifying areas for improvement.
Exactly. Are people getting stuck on certain pages?
Right.
Are they abandoning their shopping carts?
The data can reveal these patterns
It can.
and help you make adjustments.
Help you make adjustments. So it's about using analytics
Yeah.
to constantly refine and improve the user experience.
Bailey also talks about the power of segmentation,
Segmentation, yeah.
which I think is a really valuable concept.
Yeah.
Can you explain what he means by that?
Segmentation is about dividing your audience
Okay.
into smaller groups
Yeah.
based on their their demographics, behavior, or interests. This allows you to see patterns and trends that you might miss if you're just looking at the overall data. For example, you might discover that visitors who come from a particular social media platform have a much higher conversion rate than those who come from organic search.
That's really insightful.
It is. So instead of treating all visitors the same, you can tailor your messaging and marketing efforts to those specific segments.
So it's about getting granular with your data and using it to personalize the user experience. Bailey also stresses that analytics shouldn't be a passive activity.
No.
It's about taking action.
Taking action.
Based on what you learn.
Exactly. If you're seeing a high bounce rate on a particular page, you need to figure out why. Is the content not relevant? Is the design confusing? Are there technical issues?
Once you identify the problem, you can start making changes.
And testing the results. It's an iterative process.
It is. And Bailey encourages us to embrace experimentation. And learn from our mistakes. He even talks about using Google Analytics' annotation feature to keep track of the changes you're making and their impact on your website's performance. It's like, it's like keeping a lab notebook for your website.
I like that.
So you can track your experiments and see what's working.
Okay, now shifting gears a bit. Let's talk about blogs and social media.
Blogs and social media, okay.
Bailey sees them as powerful tools for expanding your reach, connecting with your audience in new ways.
In new ways.
He's not just talking about posting random updates.
It's about creating valuable content that resonates with your target audience and drives them back to your website.
It's about building relationships. Engaging in conversations.
Not just blasting out promotional messages.
Exactly.
And he stresses the importance of having a clear strategy for social media. Understanding which platforms are right for your business and how you can use them to achieve your goals. It's easy to get overwhelmed.
It is.
By all the different social media options. But it sounds like Bailey encourages us to focus on quality over quantity. And to choose the platforms where our target audience is actually spending their time.
Exactly. It's about being strategic and intentional with your social media efforts rather than just trying to be everywhere at once.
Okay, now let's talk about pay-per-click advertising. Or PPC.
PPC.
Bailey discusses how PPC can be a valuable complement to your organic SEO efforts. Allowing you to target specific keywords. And audiences. And track your results in real time. So instead of waiting for your website to climb the organic search rankings, you can use PPC to get
immediate visibility.
For those high-value keywords.
It's like putting your website in front of the right people at the right time. Bailey even provides tips on how to develop a successful PPC campaign. From choosing the right keywords to creating compelling ads that drive conversions.
It's a powerful tool.
It is.
But it's important to use it strategically.
Strategically, yes.
And measure your return on investment,
Absolutely. You don't want to just throw money at PPC without a clear understanding of how it's impacting your bottom line.
And that brings us full circle. Back to Bailey's holistic approach. It's not just about SEO. Or analytics, or social media, or PPC.
It's about using all of these tools in concert to create a comprehensive internet marketing strategy that drives results.
It's about understanding how all of these pieces fit together. And how you can use them to achieve
your business goals.
I love how Bailey emphasizes this interconnectedness.
Me too. And it all starts with setting clear goals and understanding what success looks like for your business. Bailey really drives this point home throughout the book.
He even calls out this tendency for businesses to get caught up in what he calls Alice in Wonderland web design, right?
This is Alice in Wonderland, right.
They're adding features and pages without any real strategy or purpose.
How's that appropriate?
Just like Alice wandering aimlessly through Wonderland.
Through Wonderland, yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in all that.
I know, right?
And the bells and whistles and...
lose sight of the bigger picture.
And lose sight of the bigger picture.
Bailey's analogy really... really drives that point home.
It does, it does.
It's a powerful reminder that every element on your website should serve a purpose.
A purpose.
You should be able to answer the question, why is this here?
Right.
For every page, every image, every call to action.
And that purpose should always tie back to...
so your business goals.
Your business goals, yeah.
Right.
It's not just about having a beautiful website.
Right.
It's about having a website that...
that converts.
That converts, yeah. Visitors into customers, subscribers, or whatever action you're trying to drive.
Bailey challenges that assumption that more traffic always equals more success.
Right.
He shares this anecdote about his real estate website, which got tons of traffic.
Great.
But generated 0 sales.
Oh, wow.
His most valuable leads actually came from a small $35 link in an online directory.
So it's not just about getting eyeballs on your website.
No.
It's about getting the right eyeballs.
The right eyeballs, yeah.
Those people who are actually interested
in what you have to offer.
In what you have to offer and...
ready to take action.
Ready to take action.
He calls this understanding user intent.
User intent.
And he emphasizes how important it is in the online world. People's search behavior changes. As they move closer to making a purchase.
Right, right.
Someone at the beginning of their research might use very broad search terms.
Okay.
But someone who's ready to buy is going to be much more specific in their search queries.
So if your website is only optimized for those broad keywords, you might be missing out on
the people who are most likely to convert.
The people who are most likely to convert,
into paying customers. It's like it's like casting a wide net but only catching minnows.
Right.
When you're really looking for tuna.
Tuna. I like that analogy.
You want to make sure your website is visible to those who are actively searching for the specific products or services you offer.
Bailey talks about targeting those long-tail keywords.
Long-tail keywords, yeah.
The longer, more specific phrases that people use when they're closer to making a decision. How can we effectively incorporate those?
Incorporate those into our website content.
Into our website content, yeah.
Think about the questions your ideal customer might be asking as they research their options.
Okay.
If you're selling handmade jewelry, for example.
Okay.
They might search for something like sterling silver earrings for sensitive ears.
Right.
Or unique birthday gift ideas for best friend.
So it's about anticipating those specific needs and creating content that directly addresses them.
Exactly. It's not just about writing generic blog posts about jewelry.
Right.
It's about providing valuable information that helps people solve their problems and make informed decisions.
Right.
Maybe you create a blog post about caring for sterling silver jewelry.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Or a gift guide featuring your most popular earrings.
And then those longer, more specific keywords would naturally
flow into that content. That's the idea.
Okay.
By focusing on user intent and providing valuable information, you attract the right audience.
Yeah.
And increase your chances of converting them into customers. Remember, you're guiding them towards a conversion. Whether it's making a purchase, signing up for a newsletter, or requesting more information.
Yeah. Bailey encourages us to think about our website as a sales funnel.
As a sales funnel.
With each stage designed to move the visitor closer
to that ultimate goal.
It's like
having a roadmap for your visitors.
Like a road
leading them from point A to point B with clear signposts and directions along the way.
And Bailey makes it clear
that
the customer journey shouldn't end with the initial conversion. It's about building relationships, nurturing those leads and turning them into
loyal customers.
Very loyal customers, right.
This is where things like email marketing
Okay.
outstanding customer service, active social media engagement
Right.
really come into play.
You want to create a customer experience
Yes.
that keeps people coming back for more.
Bailey offers a treasure trove of practical tips and strategies for each of these areas. The core message is it's not just about getting people to your website.
Right.
It's about what happens after they arrive.
After they arrive, yeah. You want to build a website that's not just aesthetically pleasing or informative,
but one that actively works towards achieving your business goals.
And that's the real power of internet marketing.
It is.
It's not just about the technology. It's about the strategy. That you implement.
It's about choosing the right tools and tactics to connect with your audience, build meaningful relationships, and drive tangible results. Bailey's book provides a fantastic roadmap.
It does.
For navigating this constantly evolving landscape.
So what key takeaways should our listeners be focusing on as they move forward with their website strategy?
I think the biggest thing is to remember it's time to break free from the hamster wheel of chasing vanity metrics.
Like vanity metrics. Yeah.
Define your goals.
Right.
Understand your target audience deeply.
Yeah.
And utilize analytics.
Yeah.
To measure what truly matters, your bottom line.
Your bottom line, right.
I think Bailey's insights raise an important question to ponder.
Okay.
If the old SEO playbook is outdated,
right,
what does the new one look like?
That is the question, isn't it?
It is.
That's something worth exploring.
It is.
And perhaps a starting point for your next deep dive into the world of internet marketing.
Indeed.